Hello and welcome to another video of Business Analytics Complete course. Today we have another important and practical lesson. Today we are going to talk about graphs, different charts, and work with them in Excel software. For new members, new viewers, needs to say in this channel we talk about um, business and earning money knowledge, and I try to update you weekly. So I want to invite you to have a look at other lessons, other videos, and if you would like to subscribe me, it will be my appreciate to be your host. Okay, let's continue on the screen. Okay, let's continue on the screen. First of all, let's have a review on previous titles and see what we learned until today. In previous lessons, we talked about measures titles. If you remember, that was mode, median, and so on. And distribution lesson, and we had also an exercise in Excel software. So, let's continue with graphs. Graphs or charts condense a large amount of information into easy to understanding format. There are the reason why graphs are required. As example, if you want to present an analysis to the management, senior management, has very little time. You have hardly 10 to 15 minutes of time to present all the numbers, and it's too difficult to communicate with numbers. So to grab the attention of the senior management or the person who is reading your report, it's essential that you have an attractive and right graph. Okay? So as a person who needs to compare data to reach an important solutions and finally make a decision, working with charts and graphs is essential job. So let's see what is different types of graphs. Uh, we talk on these charts, and then I will delete this chart and show you how to draw charts in Excel. So okay, uh, let's just start with line chart. It's a line chart. This is good for showing trends over time. In this chart, as you see, we have a graph from sales during a year. Uh, so so here we have two series of data, and as I said, this is good for showing trends during our time. Yeah. Okay. But the next one, column chart, is used for showing comparisons. In this chart, we have compared between landline and cell phone. Landline and cell phone users based on age. Yeah. Uh, x-axis is the age, and y-axis shows all of the customers who have been survived. How many of them prefer landline? Here, a blue column shows landline fans, and the orange is cell phone. For example, in this chart, In the 18 to 29 years, customers survived said that they prefer a cell phone. So this chart is good for compare between different um, variables. Yeah, and the next one, bar chart. Again, like on the bar chart is to show the computation across groups. This is exactly same column chart. Both charts, both charts compare two or more values. However, um, the difference lies in their orientation. A bar chart is oriented horizontally, whereas a column chart is oriented vertically. Although alike, they cannot always be used interchangeably because of the difference in their orientation. And of course, uh, column chart is more popular and has a more usage. And yeah, so now the next one is the pie chart. So let's find pie chart. Pie chart is used to show the proportion to the total. For example, let's take this case, which are sales of a special product in America. What does this mean? As example, 35%, 35% of sales belongs to Est of America. Don't forget, we will come back to these charts again, and that is why I have a fast review. Um, we are going to come back. So yeah, so pie chart is to show the proportion to the total. Yeah. Now let's move on to the next one, which is a scatter plot. Um, about a scatter plot, it shows the relationship between two things. For example, here we have four companies and two series of data, um, variety in products, and sales amount. This chart wants to show us what is the relationship between variety of products and sales amounts. And yeah, so. And the next one, a bubble chart. We can say a bubble chart, this is a complex of a scatter chart and pie chart. Yeah, I mean, uh, in this chart you have a scatter plot with pie chart property. We can compare relationship between two things and see the data shares from all amounts on percentage. So about a bubble chart, this is exactly same as scatter plot and um, exactly I mean except showing a relationship between uh, two variables. It could show us the share of each value exactly same pie chart and on percentage. So if you had any problem and you don't understand chart, now we want to come back and talk more on charts and see how we can draw all of them in Excel space. So The first chart, line chart, let me delete this chart and draw it again. Draw charts, um, in the insert section exactly next to the home section. Here we have a chart section, and you can select your desired chart from this section. And yes, so need we search for line chart. So here we have a table of data, and we are going to um, add and show these data on this line chart. For this job, we need to have a right click with the mouse and select data, and here click on add. So series name, here you should you can write your chart name, um, as example you can write your product name, yeah, or table. So let me write a line chart. Yes, so to adding data and showing data on the chart search value, we should select the data, and now we have our data on chart automatically. And here we add our data on the um, y axis, and now we want to change data on x axis to the months, because this table is a sales amount on month. Yeah, so here we have a 1 to 12 number, and we want to change it to these months. And so for this job, in the click, we should click on edit and select months. Okay, so we have we complete our line chart, and we can here change the chart and um, change its design as well as the color from this section. Okay, about drawing next charts, we should do exactly same method, same way. So let me delete this chart, column chart, and looking for column chart in the insert section. So select on data. Here we have a two series of data. So for first series, we select landline, and now we should add cell phone data. So about bar chart, it's exactly same the column chart. So let me just edit uh, this chart design. And about um, adding data is exactly same the previous chart. About pie chart, here we have a important point. Um, Data is on percentage, and the sum of data should be uh, 100%. And after select data, here, as you see, we have a sum of data automatically 100%, and we have an average 25%. So what is important to us? Sum of data should be 100%. So for drawing or charts, we have a same way. Bubble chart and scatterplot is exactly same, and the only point that I want to draw your attention is about importance of bubble chart. As I said, this chart is complex of scatterplot and pie chart, and have a pie chart and scatterplot property. Uh, Here, if you pay attention, we have um, a smaller circle show us um, the less shares of market, and it belongs to the company A, that it has a 14 product. 14 is variety of product, and if you pay attention, uh, the most share of market, the biggest circle, is belongs to the company C with 20 products. Um, this market has the most sales amount, 60,000, and the most market share, 45%. And if you compare company C with company D with, um, uh, I mean, with company D, you can understand the importance of bubble chart, because it tells us a company C with 20 uh, product has a more sales amount and share of market compared to the company D with 22 product. So today I want to give you um, assignment Excel file to have a practice. This assignment is for both the concepts. Number one is computing central tendency, mean, mode, and median. And second assignment is about graphing. Computing central tendency and dispersion measure, as well as second file, uh, draw graph, yeah, and answer to these questions. I will share these Excel files on the website and link will be mentioned in the caption section, I mean under this video. So you can download the Excel file and practice. As a reminder, assignment 1 is for central tendency and second file is for chart. Yes, I emphasize that you have to do the exercise. You need to work with Excel software. Analytics is getting your hands dirty with numbers, and unless you keep your hands in the Excel and start doing something, you will not learning analytics. Okay, so I suggest you to solve the assignment on your own and then verify and check it with this video and see how is good or bad are you doing. Yeah. So assignment um, file link will be mentioned in caption section. So you are given this data as example, a student mark, and ask you to compare all these metrics in English and science. Uh, all of the concepts have been discussed in the class. There is no new things. And second file mm, to have exercise for chart, yeah, and answer this question. Okay, in the next video we have a pivot title. Do practice and get ready for the next lesson. See you soon. Okay, see you soon.